Good evening, everyone. This is a meeting of the Tomball ISD Board of Trustees. It's called to order now, February 10th, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. At this time, I'll mention that Dr. Pratt will not be present tonight. He's a little bit under the weather. There's a quorum present, and all trustees are in attendance except for Dr. Pratt. The meeting is being recorded in accordance with Government Code Section 551.128. We'd like to welcome those in attendance tonight and those viewing online. The Board of Trustees' role is to set goals, review reports, approve a budget, contracts and personal appointments, establish policies for the district. It is the superintendent's role and responsibility to handle the day-to-day operations of the district. Policies and procedures are in place to address any concerns. This is a business meeting of the Board of Trustees that is open to the public. However, it is not a meeting of the public. Public participation is limited to designated times during the meeting for citizen comment for those that have registered to speak in accordance with board procedures. We ask for your cooperation in ensuring that the meeting runs in an orderly manner. Just a little update. Board members have received items related to the night's agenda and have had the opportunity last night, Monday night, in the workshop meeting to ask questions of the superintendent and related to those agenda items. Items on the agenda for tonight's meeting may not be handled in the order of the agenda. Additionally, if the board determines at any point during the meeting that it needs to convene an executive session, the board will do so in accordance with sections 551.071 through 551.084 of the Texas Government Code. Tonight we'll have opening remarks provided by Mr. White. Pledges will be by Mr. McStravick, and the mission statement will be recited by Mr. Beecher. At this time,
I would like to pray if you all could stand with me. Our Father and our God, we thank you for the opportunity to gather and serve our students, families, and staff. Grant us wisdom to make thoughtful decisions, compassion to understand diverse needs, and courage to act with integrity. May our work tonight strengthen our schools and uplift every child. In your Son, Jesus' name, amen.
Now the mission statement. Tomball ISD empowers students to become impactful, contributing citizens by providing innovative, individually rigorous, and personally valuable educational experiences while partnering with the community.
Before we proceed with the consent agenda, I would like to continue the practice of getting Mr. Beecher lined up and right on into the pot. I'm going to put you into the audit committee. So
No, thank you.
You'll be in there with Dr. Pratt and Mr. White.
I look forward to it.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. President.
And thanks for the help tonight. Appreciate it.
Mr. President, I think before your mic was on, I think you said that there was no one signed up for either agenda items or non-agenda items.
That's correct.
Okay, thanks.
We will now proceed with the consent agenda. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion made by Mr. McStravick, second by Mr. White. Any discussion? Any discussion? None heard. Let's vote. All in favor? Motion carries unanimously. On to the considered agenda. Item A, approve the instructional calendar for the 2027-2028 school year as recommended by the Tomball ISD Calendar Committee. Do I have a motion?
Second.
Motion made by Mr. White, second by Mr. McStravick. Any discussion? I'd just like to thank the Calendar Committee and Dr. Graves for the work they did to extend the calendar and to hopefully please everyone. All in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Item B, adopt a resolution regarding school closure and reopening due to inclement weather, which was ice, on January 26, 2026. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Mrs. Bass, second by Mr. Beecher. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Item C, approve resolution making determination regarding Texas Education Code Section 25.0823. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. McStravick, seconded by Mrs. Bass. Do I have any discussion?
I wanted to offer, just following up on our discussion from last night, additional information that I found out. I was able to get a hold of the policy analyst for Senator Middleton's office that was the author of the bill, with the concern that it would restrict any current rights that students have to pray, and they assured me that that was not the intent of the bill. He pointed me to subsection G, where it does say, does not prohibit a student or employee basically from any rights that they already currently have. Because that did sound concerning, but that's not part of it. I was also going to offer that he said the frequency is not prescribed by this bill, so it doesn't have to be every day. It could be with, once a week or even once a month or something, the opportunity for prayer time. I also looked up the fiscal note of the bill, and it does specify that any lawsuits would be defended by the Attorney General of Texas. Any litigation, hold on, I'll tell you exactly what it says. The state, quote, the state would cover the cost of any expenses, costs, judgments, or settlements. And that is in the fiscal note of the bill. So I was just going to say that I'm going to vote no on the, I guess the resolution is to decline to adopt such policy, and so I will be voting no. Just as I look at this, I think more prayer time always is a good thing. And I've talked to a few students that were excited about the possibility, and I understand and respect the differences of opinion, but for me, I think I'm going to vote no on this. Also, as a new member of the advocacy committee for the board, I hope to build relationships with our local state representatives and senator, and I know that they all voted yes for this bill. In fact, Senator Betancourt was a co-sponsor. Cecil Bell, who's my state representative, was a former school board member, and he did vote yes on this bill. So in a measure of good faith, that assuming good intentions on their part, I would like to be open to giving it a try. Thank you.
Any other discussion?
You can. I think, I spoke on this last night, and I still agree. I still have the same feelings that I had, and probably even more assured of it based on the number of email messages that we as a board received from people that did not want the adoption of this additional policy. I still feel like it's more restrictive. It doesn't provide anything more than what we currently have provide our students. As I said yesterday, I think segregating students who want to pray or express their faith into a room and keep them closed, out of eyesight, out of earshot from everybody else, doesn't feel like Tomball ISD. So I'm definitely, nothing's convinced me to change the position I had yesterday. I did want to, I was looking at the wording of the statute, Jennifer. The way I remember the wording was that this must be provided at every campus, every day, this quote-unquote period.
I know, and I pushed back on that too, and some legal thing, he said, no, every day that it is offered, not that you have to offer it every day. I don't know. That's what he told me today, because every day does sound perhaps burdensome. I agree with you, but he assured me that it could just be once a week or whatever. The thing that, and as far as every campus, my understanding is that employees, well, what's unique about this is that it gives employees the opportunity to participate, whereas now my understanding is any prayer, like Cougs for Christ, right, has to be student organized, student led, student run. The teachers, I don't think, are able to pray. So this actually gives students and employees with an opportunity. And I thought of my child who's very shy, and I thought it would be an opportunity to connect with other students who are interested in doing that, whereas otherwise they might not find each other. I don't know. I was thinking it would be good for mental health too. I understand there could be issues. I thought maybe try it and put in there that we'll review how it's going in December or in 1 year, or maybe only require one board member to bring it back on the agenda if we need to look at it. It's something that could bring it again, but I thought it would be worth a try.
Well, as I read the text of the statute, I mean, it basically says, and I'm jumping down to it, but in section A, the end of it says, provide students and employee with an opportunity to participate in a period of prayer and reading of the Bible or other religious text on each school day in accordance with this section.
Yeah, and I think too, we keep focusing on the older kids, but I don't know how that would look at an elementary school. I don't know that I would want anyone, I don't know how that looks for a kindergartner, that we have to, if we adopt a policy, they have to have the opportunity to participate there as well. And also, I wouldn't want to adopt a policy that would restrict the freedom that our students already have to pray. I know my kids pray before tests, pray before games, pray before pep rallies, different things. And so I for sure wouldn't want that. And I also wouldn't want to add the burden on a staff member that has multiple religions in one room, and they have Christian kids worshiping with other religions all in the same room and causing confusion there. I do agree if there was a policy or a draft of something that you brought back and we all thought that's a great idea, but just right now, I don't feel comfortable with the way I understand it would play out.
It would have been nice to have more time. I don't know why this is on none of our radars, I don't think. But it would have been nice to have a little bit more heads up on this. But as it is, we have to vote before March 1st, so we have to vote on it. I understand.
But the other thing that's interesting again is, anyone who signs any parent or guardian who signs a consent, or an employee that signs a consent, that has to include a waiver of your right to sue under the First Amendment. So it's like they said, yeah, the Attorney General will take care of all these suits. Well, but the legislature wants those individuals who sign the consent to waive their right to sue. It's very, I don't know how they came up with this, but I just think that what we have in place now better serves our students than something like this. But again, if there's a process or procedure that is presented at some point in the future, then I'm willing to look at it. But I think our students have the opportunities that they, right now, without being shunned to some room that's out of eyesight and earshot of everybody else. That just doesn't feel right.
Well, the resolution we're voting on tonight does say that we're reaffirming students' right to silent and private. I see those two words, which is great. That's the only difference I see in this is including employees and then making it out loud reading of Bible passages, which I don't know for sure. Would students be allowed to pray out loud, like in the cafeteria currently, or to read Bible passages out loud?
I mean, as long as they're not disruptive to the goings-on of the school community, right? You can sit around a table and have a discussion.
I think they do.
They do it now. I know my child and his friends, they sit at the table at times and read the Bible out loud and talk and discuss it now. So that's why I'm so against this bill, because I feel it restricts what we already allow the children to do and have that freedom to be able to express with their peers their religion.
Yeah, I would concur with my colleagues. I think it's adding additional hoops and restrictions to get through. To me, it seems like it's a solution in search of a problem, and I'm not sure what that problem is. I can't look into the minds of the legislatures, but that's when I look at this, that's what I see is there's a solution here, but I don't think it's a problem we have, given the opportunities we already have. We extend to kids to pray in their own manner and their own traditions, and so I don't see this as something that Tomball ISD should take on.
And I think it's important, like Jennifer said, I mean, a vote tonight, the resolution that we have is a resolution that does not adopt this as a policy. So if you're voting for approving the resolution, then that means we're not adopting the policy. Which is what you said, Jennifer, right?
Would this resolution be attached to the minutes of the meeting or something? Is that how it works?
I think so.
Holly?
No.
Okay.
But a resolution of the board is a public.
Yeah, it would still be a document that would exist.
And one of the things resolution does not do is it does not take away any of the rights that are currently existing.
Correct.
And it emphasizes the importance of religion with our students. It's not something we're trying to hold back from them. We're actually trying to allow them to have better access, I think.
Yeah, it supports the free exercise of religion of our students. It's
That
not,
they-
it's
that
not,
they have.
it's not a vote against prayer. It's not keeping our children from praying. It's actually providing them the opportunity to have the freedom that they currently have to continue to do what they do, which is if they want to pray, they want to read the Bible, they want to have the discussions on Scripture at the lunch table, if they want to read the Bible or any other kind of religious text when they have free time in their classes, they have the ability to do that.
And see, my kids, the opposite. They would not go to a separate room. They will pray with their friends or, do things in a group, but they would not want to go to a separate room and be secluded with a staff member to pray.
It's almost like you're shunned.
Yeah, or just, it. And I'm sure the intent of the bill, I don't know I'm sure it was with good intention. I just don't feel like it fits what our community needs, from the way I'm understanding it.
Well, unfortunately, I think the writers of the bill tried to do as much as they could prevent or free up the ability of not being sued and lost track of what the real intent was. And so, just like anything that the government ultimately gets involved in, it becomes more complicated than it has to be. And I think that's what we see in this bill. And I don't think, especially from the feedback that we've received today from the community and what their opinions are, I don't think in good conscience that we could vote to support that. At least I couldn't. Any further discussion? All right, all in favor? And those opposed? Motion carries. What we got, 6-1. 5-1, sorry. Dr. Pratt got me again. All right, moving on. Item D, approve the selection of Weaver and Tidwell to provide audit services under RFP 99025/27 for the initial period from February 11, 2026 through December 31st, 2027, with the option of 3 additional one-year extensions. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. McStravick, second by Mr. White. Any discussion?
So I'm just going to chime in since Dr. Pratt's not here, but he made mention of it yesterday, and I'm glad we took the opportunity to go ahead and go out to bid on this. I think it's always good to get a fresh look at our auditors and see, what charges are out there, what's it look like, who can perform the services for us the way we need it. So I appreciate us going through that process and feel very comfortable approving this item.
Thank you.
And to clarify, the options are for Tomball ISD to exercise.
Yes.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? Motion been made and seconded. All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Item E, approve the purchase of network infrastructure upgrades from MGT Impact Solutions, LLC, utilizing purchasing co-op contract DIR-CPO-5389 in the amount of $212,105.34 using bond 2021 funds. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Mrs. Bass, seconded by Mr. McStravick. Is there any discussion? Motion's made and seconded. All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Item F, approve the purchase of smart interactive panels for Tomball West High School from Avanex in the amount of $256,860, utilizing Purchasing Cooperative TIPS 250106, using Bond 2021 funds. Do I have a motion?
Second.
Motion made by Mr. White, second by Mr. Mistravic. Any discussion?
Hey, Martha, just clarify for me again now, is this going to be in every classroom at West, not just core?
Yes.
Okay.
And I have Jason shaking his head to confirm that, but yes, it will be in every classroom.
This is the initial setup of the school.
Correct.
Okay.
Which is our district standard.
Right.
All right.
And there were 3 bids, and this was the lowest cost, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Any further discussion? Motion's made and seconded. All in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Item G, approve the purchase of band uniforms for the use of Tomball Memorial High School from Fruhoff Uniforms, Inc. in the amount of $205,663.50, utilizing Purchasing Cooperative Buy Board 773-25, using Bond 2025 funds. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion made by Mrs. Bass, second by Mrs. Kratky. Any discussion?
The note for the audience, the band uniforms currently are 8 years old, and the expected life of these uniforms are 7 years. So it's time.
It is time. Any further discussion? Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Item H, approve DBR engineering consultants fee of 7% for the chiller repair and replacement package number 1 for various campuses and facilities with a total cost of $434,000 based on an estimated $6,200,000 construction budget using Bond 2025 funds. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. McStravick, second by Mrs. Bass. Any discussion?
So when do we think the actual construction budget's going to come forward?
The construction, what? I'm so sorry.
Construction budget, the 6.2?
We still have quite a few to,
So
Exactly.
this one would go through the packaging phase and then be out for bid. Once that bid comes, that's where we would adopt the cost of the
so
project.
it should be.
But you need these consultants on the front end so you can get your design set up for that particular bid
Right,
package.
so it's to go through each of those facilities, make sure what we're planning to do, whether it's a replacement or a renewal, similar to what we did at Tomball High School.
Right.
What's the best opportunity for each of those facilities, and then package that together and then go out for bid. Yes, sir.
Okay. So now, this would be 7%. We're agreeing to the percentage. So if we end up at 7.2 million final package, then the amount would be based on 7% of that.
Yes,
correct?
and we return to the board to have the board approve that as well.
Yeah, is it like a change order?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
Further discussion? Motion's made and seconded. All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Item I, approve the employment of professional personnel to work under a probationary contract, 1-year term contract, 1-year term dual assignment contract, 1-year contract, multi-year contract, multi-year term contract, an extension of multi-year contracts for the 2026-2027 school year at the Tomball ISD salary schedule subject to assignment. Those positions included are directors, assistant directors, principals, assistant principals, associate principals, assistant superintendents, coordinators, chief financial officer, chief academic officer, chief operating officer, dean, deputy superintendent, district translator, executive directors, general counsel, managers, network engineer, programmer analyst, school support officer, staff accountants, senior software engineer, security systems administrator, technology service supervisor, accountant, tax assessor, collector. Do we have any more we want to add?
At this time, that is all. There will be more, though, coming up soon.
Feel
Just
like
wait
Forrest
for it.
Gump. Do you have a do I have a motion?
Second.
Motion made by Mr. White, second by Mr. Beecher. Any discussion? Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously. At that time, we will now proceed with any board comments. Please remember, comments are to be high-level, encouraging, and congratulatory remarks made in compliance with Texas Open Meetings Act. Any board members have any comments at this time? Hearing none, do I have a motion for adjournment?
Second.
Motion made by Mr. White, seconded by Mr. McStravick. All in favor? Motion carries. Meeting's adjourned at 7:02. All right, board members, it'll be just a few minutes, and then we'll